This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, July 20th. I'm Tori here with Al in a green dress. It's a little green.
I like it. You got to wake people up on a Monday.
Yeah, and our sound guy, Steve Gallagher, was like, you could not wear that on a green screen because it would just be a head.
Oh, I could see that.
You see what I'm saying?
Luckily, we do a real show with a real studio.
True. It's true. We would
have been found out.
I would have been found out. Stephanie joins us from home. Steph, how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good.
You look like the homecoming queen for the Under the Sea dance. You look awesome.
The seaweed
I love
is all
it.
wait,
What a
thank
cool
you.
dress.
I'll take it.
You do look fantastic.
Women's outfits are so much
take
cooler
it.
than guys.
Yeah, yours looks just like a tweed bale of hay.
I look like I was up all night solving a murder.
Professor. All right, we got to get to some of these stories here. Let's just get it off. Right off our chest here, Kanye West, let's get to it. He hit the campaign trail this weekend in his bid for the presidency. He held a rally in South Carolina where he made some pretty shocking allegations. So first, Kanye seems to claim that he and Kim Kardashian considered aborting their first child, North, and got very emotional when he told the crowd that his father also wanted to abort him. Take a look.
My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy. Hey, my mom saved my...
Kanye also made some controversial comments about Harriet Tubman, claiming she did not free the slaves but had them work for other white people. Steph, Al and I were just talking off camera about a video that went viral of a girl who was there at the Kanye rally, and as soon as he said that about Harriet Tubman, she goes, yo, we leaving right now. Because it's just like now we've lost it.
Oh.
Did you think we were watching someone in the middle of a breakdown? Because I did, and I started to feel pity.
Okay, I'm not a mental health expert, so I don't know. We do know that he has been hospitalized previously, I think it was 2016, for having a mental breakdown. I do feel that he spoke about things, I don't know where Kim was in all of this, but I guarantee that the Kardashians and Kris Jenner was probably thinking, what on earth is going on right now? Like, how can you be talking about these things and talking about your wife and your child, you know, to the masses? I mean, I'm not going to lie. He announced he was going to run for president 2 weeks ago now, and then everything kind of went quiet, and then all of a sudden Elon Musk is saying, no, you're going to be the president of Mars, and he was like, I resign from being president because I'm going to go off and be the president of Mars. And I was thinking, oh, okay, like, was he just saying this? He's not actually going to do anything. And then to say this is his first public appearance, his first rally, and some of the things he's come out with, it does make me feel a little concerned for, you know, where this is going, what else will be said, you know, or whether or not Kim will somehow be able to like stop him in his tracks. I don't know, and maybe get him a bit of help, but yeah, it's concerning.
Yeah, I want to ask you, Al, I think it was concerning too, and Kim has said nothing, and you know she knows if she wanted to say I'm for Kanye to be president, she would have a lot of views on that. I saw a meme that said, do not vote for Kanye as a joke. Do not vote for Kanye as a joke. It's not a joke, is it?
It's not a joke, and one of the things I take issue with, Steph, is, you know, I wonder what Elon Musk was thinking by co-signing this. It appears as if this is a person that's crying out for help. I kind of noticed that when I was going through my Twitter feed yesterday, and I didn't see the roast jokes and people making fun of him.
You know,
people saw, I'm sure, people that they love, people that they've known, and this looks eerily similar to a lot of those situations. So this looks like a person that's calling out for help, and I'm wondering, is there nobody that can protect him from himself? Like, even if it's a really loving friend that literally tackles him and puts him in a car and takes him somewhere. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm talking about like looking out for somebody.
I think it might be at that level.
Yes, I mean, at some point.
I think it might have to be at that level because I just don't see how else, like, if his wife, I guarantee Kim would not have been happy in that situation. I mean, I'm not her, so obviously I'm speaking on her behalf, and I'm sure Kris Jenner, who manages all of them, will be literally tearing her hair out. So I don't know, at what point can someone really step in, because I don't think he's listening to anyone around him, because I can't see who would be advocating for this.
Yeah,
Don't people throw people in cars when they're having like a drug issue?
Yeah,
if they have 50 pills and they're about to take them, you grab their hand, you put their arm behind their back and you take them to a rehab?
In LA, it's called a 5150, right? It's, you have to willfully take someone in and put them, and he's had that happen to him before. Again, I'm with Steph 100%. Kim Kardashian has got to be embarrassed and has
scared,
got to scared, and I think is going to rally the troops. She did for Lamar Odom. The whole Kardashian crew came and helped Lamar when he had an overdose. So I assume they're going to rally around him. I hope so, because it didn't look good on this end. Let us know what you think. Well, we're getting a first look at Beyonce's new visual album, Black is King, set to be released on Disney Plus on July 31st. Watch.
Life is a set of choices.
Does your father know you are here?
Lead
I laugh in the face of danger.
or be led astray.
Ooh, the album is based on Beyonce's music from The Lion King, The Gift, and features husband Jay-Z, bestie Kelly Rowland, and Naomi Campbell. According to Disney, it tells the story of a young king's journey and how his ancestors guide him toward his destination. Can she do no wrong? How cool! Like when Lemonade came out, I studied every frame of this. Al, are you on board?
I am 100% on board. I was telling my girl the other day that I wish 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, as a goofy guy that was out there trying to sow his oats, as you might say, I wish I had listened to Beyonce.
And?
Because she really does give a playbook for how to not be a goofy guy. There's another term for it.
Yeah.
I will not use that. But she really shows, I think, a playbook for how to live a life of dignity, how to live a life of grandeur and beauty and visual. It's visually stunning. And it's not overtly sexual. It's not pushing a negative narrative. I just think she really has figured out how to be the artist that she wants to be, and she's unlike any other.
I mean, I agree with you. And the visual work she does, remember when she had was it the Mona Lisa of she and Jay-Z
Yes.
in the European, the Met, because she wanted to show black representation in terms of like art history. She is very well in tuned as to what is the pop culture and what's on the pulse. Are you excited for this, Steph? She's so smart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is going to be her first visual album since, obviously, Lemonade. We've seen her, you know, showcasing not only her musical skills, her directing skills, her artistic skills, when we've seen, like, Homecoming, and when she did that beautiful, beautiful thing. On, it was like a beautiful video, and when she had Blue, it was gorgeous. So I'm excited to see all of that, and I love the fact that she's exposing other artists, particularly African artists, on this album. There are tracks that she's not even singing on. She's just trying to create awareness and get eyeballs to the culture. And so I'm really excited. I think it's going to be visually stunning. I think it's going to be very moving. I can't wait to see it. And this is a passion project she's had for quite some time. She's been working on it for over a year. So if Homecoming is anything to go by, or Lemonade is anything to go by, this is going to be something else.
Yeah, and we're all at home, so we all have something to watch. So tune in and let us know what you guys think. This flame keeps kind of coming up. Well said, Tori. Jada Pinkett Smith's former flame, August Alsina, released a new single over the weekend. Man, is this guy. It's called Entanglements. It's the same word you guys remember that Jada used to describe their relationship when she was separated from Will Smith. The collaboration with rapper Rick Ross seems to allude to August and Jada's own entanglement. So let's all have a listen and then discuss.
Definition of entanglement. It's when you're tangling the sheets. But you still with me.
Wow. Okay, so she talks about tangling in the sheets. This guy keeps pushing some buttons. Do you think it's a good idea or bad idea, Steph? I think it's a bad idea.
Okay, so when we were discussing this last week with Jada and Will, and they were sat at the Red Table Talk, and they were talking about August, and they were talking about the relationship, and there was a part in that video or show, whatever you want to call it, and Will says, I actually don't know why we're talking about this right now, but it's been brought up from outside sources, nothing to do with us, so therefore we have to address it. Now this makes me think, why did he go in August go and do this? I think because he wants to try and sell some records, so he's waited for a nice little tasty line that he can drop into a part of a song, and the next week magically he's got a single. He's trying to cash on the Smiths. I'm telling you.
No, I don't
like it.
I don't either.
Low. The bar is low.
I agree with you, and I got to be honest. Fresh Prince has got to not be okay with this. I mean, their marriage is now healed. Move on, August. Am I right, Al? Or
why would he move on?
I know you're going to say capitalism.
From the greatest way to pitch a song. I mean, the word entanglements is, I'm sure, trending, or was all last week. Now you have a song named after a word that's on everybody's tongue, that everybody's talking about, and people are going to listen. Those listeners, some of them will become fans, because quite frankly, will we be talking about his album any other way? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
he saw an opportunity to get himself back in the public light, and he has done it.
But is it an exploited opportunity? Did he exploit?
Every opportunity is to exploit. You're trying to get your name out there. What else? What do you guys want to do? Put some flyers on some windshields? You got to sell some records or your career's over, y'all.
Flyers? I used to do that for comedy. Now, apparently...
How about you actually write a decent song? Write a decent song
there's
and
a
don't
lot
drag
of songs
someone
out there.
else's
There's a lot of
relationship
good
into
songs
it.
out there with 90,000 listens on YouTube. There's a lot of great artists that are looking for a way to get out there. Look, who's Ray J? Was anybody really checking for him until the tape? And now he's got yes, we all know what's in. He got his name out there, and he has been famous ever since.
I have a problem with your theory, though.
He was Brandy's little brother until then.
The problem with your theory is that apparently he recorded this song before Jada spoke out.
But how did he have the word entanglements in there?
I don't know, so I don't know if I trust that.
There you go.
I know. We're entangled.
How convenient.
I know. I think we're entangled there.
I think it's brilliant marketing.
All right. Flyers on the windshield. Stephanie, don't go anywhere. Next on DBL, we're chatting all about the royal wedding you probably missed. Princess Beatrice's ceremony, from the vintage dress to who's missing from the photos.
Is it me?
No, it's not you. You were not invited. We're catching you up. And as COVID cases skyrocket across the country, our coworkers are doing their part. They're working from home. We'll be right back.
Do you have a life in
Welcome back to DBL and the correct camera. Royal weddings are often full of fanfare, but that wasn't the case for Princess Beatrice, who got married in secret over the weekend. So our resident royal expert, Stephanie Jones, is here.
I thought that was me.
You're not at all, like, close to that. She's here to break it all down. And tell us everything, Steph. We're all listening.
Okay, well, first of all, it's quite unusual that a royal wedding was held, well, not in the public eye, Tori. So, Princess Beatrice, well, she was supposed to get married back in May, but she was forced to delay it, which is obviously due to the pandemic. So she opted to marry Italian property developer, I hope I don't kill this, Edoardo Mappalese Mozzi on Saturday in a private chapel on the Windsor family estate. So I love this. Princess Beatrice wore a hand-me-down dress from her grandmother, the Queen, and she borrowed the same tiara that the Queen wore on her wedding day. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. And apparently, the Queen and Prince Philip were the only members of the royal family allowed to be included, are you ready for the scandal, in the official photographs. So some people were wondering, obviously, where was Beatrice's father, Prince Andrew? Well, as we all know, he's been all wrapped up in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, and he's been keeping a really low profile since stepping back from the royal duties. But apparently, he was at the wedding, but not allowed in any photos, so that's a bit of scandal for you.
I mean, first of all, great breakdown. I learned so much. And second of all, I feel really bad for Princess Beatrice. I feel bad for anyone who had to postpone their wedding, but not only that, then your dad, who's supposed to walk you down the aisle as this prince, is involved in a very embarrassing scandal. Steph, do you feel bad for her, or you think she's fine, she's a royal?
Oh, I don't think she's, just because you're a royal or just because you're rich or just because you're a celebrity, things are never just fine, are they? You know. But I think it would be, her father was there. We don't know if he did or didn't walk her down the aisle because we've got no evidence of anything. But, you know, it must be really sad to have no official photos of your big special day with your dad in them. So that's kind of, it's not great. But then also, you know, I think it's probably the right thing for the royal family. They have to, you know, put on a brave face and also represent what the world wants to see. And that's basically not including Prince Andrew right now.
Yeah, Al, Prince Andrew was formally recused from his title after the Epstein situation. Apparently, he was the Queen's favorite, but is no longer allowed in any of those photographs. Are you?
Well, if you've seen the documentary, he won't admit to being in those photographs anyway.
Oh, he does. He says he doesn't remember.
Yeah, he says he doesn't remember. How convenient, right?
How bad do you feel? Scale of 1 to 10, Al, for Beatrice? Because that's not easy.
0 for her, 10 for those girls.
Okay, got it. That's fair. I appreciate that. Well, coming up on DBL, hoarding expert Corey Chalmers talks about the new season of the hit show Hoarders. I watch this show all the time. And gives us the warning signs to watch for. Could you be a hoarder? Whoa. Welcome back to DBL. The hit show Hoarders premieres its 11th season tonight on A&E. And earlier, Lindsay talked with hoarding expert Corey Chalmers in today's DBL Spotlight.
These are real people.
I just can't get a grip on it.
Buried by the weight of their things.
We're here to help you. I love you, and I don't want to see you live like this.
We're here for you. When you gonna get this done?
You're not living a life, you're just living life.
Corey, welcome to Daily Blast Live.
Hi, Lindsay. How are you today?
I'm good. I have to ask you, you are one of the top experts in cleanliness and hoarding, and I need to understand, how does your place look? Is it spotless, and how do you manage your mess?
I keep it very clean. Now, my teenage son, that's a little bit different. So it's a struggle in my own home, but at least my areas are clean. His room's a different story.
So tell me, what's the first step to declutter? So this is my guest room, and there's like nothing in here, but the rest of the house, there's too much stuff. So what's the first step?
First thing we do is we like to learn about our client, see what they're passionate about, what their hobbies are, and then we can kind of make a plan to help them keep their hands and mind busy. So if you're a collector and your house is not functional, we'll try to actually build a room. Like if you like to sew things, we'll make a sewing room or a craft room or a music room. That's one of the first things I like to do, is really understand my client so that I know what's important to them, even if they're not standing right over me while we're looking through their stuff.
So Hoarders is coming back for an 11th season. So I have to ask you, this season, who shocked you the most and why?
I would say Sherry. It was just a huge hoard. You have to go in the back door because the front door is totally inaccessible. And when you go in the back door, you immediately have to climb straight up 6 feet to the ceiling and crawl on your belly to get through 2 doorways just to get to the stairway. And then the rest of the house is just as full. So it's probably one of the most extreme homes that I've been in the 11 seasons that I've been on the show.
You all right, Corey? Yeah. All right.
Okay, then move this differently.
So let's talk about hoarding disorder. I thought I was a hoarder, but not after hearing that story. Tell me some of the less common symptoms of that.
Well, I guess I can talk about what causes it so you know what's kind of going along with the hoarding. And that's usually depression, post-trauma, so triggers like death. Maybe you had a house fire where you've lost everything. That makes you hold on to stuff. Divorce is a big one. Kids moving away to college is a big one. So there's all these things. There's also people that just see value in everything. They don't want it to end up in a landfill, so they want to find a use for it. So they'll literally collect all these things, even on trash day, from their neighbors because they don't want it to go to a landfill. They'll try to use it, fix it, but the sad fact is they get kind of like a high from saving it, but they don't get the same feelings from restoring it, fixing it, or selling it, so it never gets done. So their house just becomes a storage yard, which in essence becomes a landfill, which is what they were trying to save it from.
Wow, well, everyone needs to catch the next season of Hoarders on A&E. I know I can't wait to watch. Corey, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out today.
Thanks, Lizzie. Appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you
Welcome back to DBL. We got to give a big DBL shout out to Nicki Minaj. You know why?
Why is that?
She's pregnant.
Oh.
Mazel tov. She is posting these colorful bump photos on Instagram with the caption "Preggers." This is Nicki's very first child. She married Kenneth Petty last year. Congrats to Nicki. Al, do you have any great names for Nicki Minaj?
Yes, Richie.
Richie Minaj.
Yes, because there's a nickname for somebody named Richard that you could also go with. They both rhyme with
Richie
Nicki.
Minaj. Richie, okay, that's your take of all your years of being a comedian. That was your take?
Richie Minaj.
Okay. Steph, do you have any good suggestions
What's wrong with Richie?
for a good name?
Well, I just feel like I expected to have something a bit like crazy, like Barbie or Pink or like something. But I'd love to see something standard like Margaret. But I don't think that's going to happen, is it?
Can I be honest? She gives birth and she's like, "Welcome, Gary Minaj." It's so simple.
I mean, that would be great.
That'd be great. You're right, Steph.
Tom Minaj.
Tom Minaj. We're new every day. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye, guys.